Megan, you sound like an ad right now for
No,
Costco.
I just read that. It's got to be true. I read it.
Was it a... yeah, was
So
that
the press release
was that
from
a press
Costco?
release? I'm sure,
Probably.
yeah.
Okay.
Welcome back to another day with the Knorps. I realized we have not made a video in a long time where we go to Costco, and you guys seem to like those. So today we are like out of food because it turns out when Elijah came home like 2 weeks ago, he's eating a ton of food, and Mike has a theory that...
I have a theory now, because when Andrew left, so we had 6 children at home. Andrew left, so we went down to 5, and our food consumption went way down. I think it went down more than just what one person was eating.
The sum of one, yeah.
So my theory is that when you get to 6 children at home, or maybe I should say 8 people total, that it's like when you have, they tell you like if you're going to buy 1 pig to raise for meat, you should get 2 because they'll eat better because there's competition for the food, and so they eat more. And I feel like when you kind of tip the scale with 8 people, and everyone feels a little more frantic about the amount of food, so
I don't think this would happen. I don't think this will happen when Esther comes home. I think it's that Elijah, he's like bulking for working out, and all the other boys were like,
I want to bulk for working out.
Like, how many eggs are you eating?
Yeah,
I'm going to eat that many eggs.
We're eating so many more eggs, so much more
milk,
of everything.
Everything. It's like suddenly everything's gone so fast. And we had this little honeymoon period after Andrew left. We're like, the cheese just is lasting for weeks.
But Elijah does have a plan to head to school or head north here to Virginia. But either way, we've got to have more food.
Also, we've been so busy with the house and stuff. We haven't ever talked about like food and how we're eating now. And really, the September pies that I did just over a year ago, was truly life-changing. I've been wanting to do a podcast on it, and maybe I still will, about how life-changing it was for me. But so I'm definitely, it also just demystifying for a lot of things, and how much joy I found in cooking from scratch. I've cooked from scratch a lot in the past, but doing that more than ever. And so we thought it might be fun to show you the things we buy at Costco for cooking from scratch. We don't buy a lot of pre-prepared things. When we were traveling in the RV, we went to 100% pre-prepared. And then when we were renovating, and living in the RV, we went back to those. Totally. Those things are awesome, and there's definitely a place for them in our lives. But now that we even have a half-functioning kitchen, it's really just half, because we don't have our cabinetry yet. But we're still back to now cooking from scratch, and so we just thought it'd be a fun Costco haul. So this is a cooking from scratch for a large family Costco haul.
Wow,
and listen,
that's quite a title.
We're not cooking from scratch all the way that I'm not using canned items. I will use canned tomatoes and stuff like that.
That's still scratch.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
I think that.
Okay, let's go in. Mike's giving me a mic.
Yeah.
Mike's because I'm always turning away from the camera. I'm really bad at that. So I will be holding my microphone today.
Okay.
I'm going to be a lot louder than you then.
That's okay. That's how it is usually.
Super happy when oranges are back in season. But it does mean that tomatoes aren't quite as in season.
Okay.
But I eat these a lot. I do, for lunch, I do kind of a, what is that called? A charcuterie plate for myself.
Oh yeah, it's very fancy.
I do. And it makes it feel fancy, but I'm really just eating fruits and vegetables and some cheese. Another thing we get all the time, every week, is a bag of these. Because it's the easiest side to throw in the oven. I don't have to wash or peel. I just cut them up, toss them with some oil, throw them in the oven.
Want some more potatoes?
I'm thinking about it. Well, I'm going to get some more russets. They make the best baked potatoes, and I made baked potatoes last night, and this morning Asher ate one for breakfast because he said it was the last one. I'm like, well, I didn't realize they were so high value for you. I'm also going to get a bag of garlic. It is so much cheaper here to get this huge bag, and then I just keep it in a dark place, like my potatoes so that it doesn't start growing. They're still here.
Last
I'm getting the
raspberries.
last raspberries. Oh, I
Wow,
love them so
lucky
much.
you. Okay, sweet. Right off the cart.
One of the happy developments of recent years is that Honeycrisp aren't the gargantuan apples they used to be. Because
Yeah.
they used to be like grapefruit size. Now
Well,
they've
you
come
can
down to
get-
be more normal.
There's kind of different like varieties. I
I think when their popularity took off, that was probably people's one complaint. So there's just too much apple. We got a smoker a few years ago at the thrift store,
Yes.
and we use it all the time. And this is a ton of meat, but we'll eat it over several days' time. We smoke it up, which it's so simple, but so delicious. We make tacos out of it. We'll add it to eggs. We eat it on buns. People will throw it into all sorts of things. It's super easy.
And cheap. Did
Yeah,
you say
another
that?
thing we love are these sausages. If you want to make a good, we'll make them into mix them with a marinara sauce. We'll eat them plain. We do all sorts of things with these. These are also super flavorful, easy, quick dinner. There's a lot of things here that we're not buying today because we kind of alternate. Like, I do love getting chicken thighs. That's like the only chicken we buy anymore is chicken thighs. Just it's kind of like once you have a chicken thigh, you can't go back to the breast in a way. It's so much more
'Cause it's
flavorful.
More moist and stuff
And
like
we're not
that.
too worried about the fat content. We kind of like get just a couple big meat things because if we get too much, we just can't stay ahead of it. And we alternate. So this week we had a big brisket just yesterday that was delicious. That will last us a day or so
You're welcome.
more. And then we'll have these couple things. Another thing that I'm not getting today because I already have, but you guys should get is this. These last forever. There's a 2-pack. You can throw them in the freezer, and it is the most flavorful. It is the most flavorful Parmesan out there, and it just makes you can throw it on your vegetables when you roast them in the oven, on your potatoes. Obviously, you can throw them on top of things and make in your sauces, but like it's very cheap for such a flavorful addition to any simple meal. Okay, if you guys have been
this is
around
our
here a
favorite
while,
cheese
this is our
ever.
favorite cheese. I say if you're going to get cheese, get a flavorful one because you don't need as much because you're looking for that cheese flavor. So
what is it?
It is the Kirkland Signature English Cheddar. Super good.
Yeah.
It's not like ridiculously expensive.
It's just
so
stupidly
good.
expensive.
No, it's so
not
good.
ridiculous. We've definitely started drinking more milk. So I think we'll get 5 or 6 gallons for the week. Woo! What? Not that.
We get whole milk
Whole
for sure.
baby. I think we'll do 5. We don't have that much room in our refrigerator.
Okay.
Paper towels.
These are obviously, I've always felt guilty about using paper towels instead of regular towels. You may be there with me. But then I was watching Julia Child cooking, and she used so many paper towels.
Yeah,
I'm like,
come
hey,
on, she
if
can
it's
do
good
it.
enough for Julia Child, it's good enough for me. And that's probably wrong, but
And we get all of our toilet paper from scratch as well.
yes,
Or scratchy toilet paper.
we go through this so fast. It drives me crazy. I'm like, what are you guys doing with this toilet paper? I saw Jude use it to wipe his mouth after he brushed his teeth.
Oh yeah,
the
that
other
was
day.
pretty awesome. Okay,
Okay,
what's next?
I'm getting some butter.
Oh, I thought you were getting those cookies up there. The Godiva ganache-filled
They
chunks
wouldn't
of
even be
cookies.
as good as those
Oh
are
my
probably pretty good
goodness.
actually. I'm
Butter.
not getting any today, but I've also learned that if you want to cook from scratch, the biggest hurdle for me was always like need to go to the grocery store. But if I already have it, so like I will buy the whipping cream here, and then the cream cheese. The cream cheese that I just bought recently is like good until 2025, as long as you don't like open the individual packet. So like I'll just be able to like, oh, I know I have some cream cheese that I can use this in this recipe, and the same with the whipping cream.
Sweet.
Instead of having to go to the store all the time for every little thing you want to make. This is the best sausage.
Totally.
Goolsby.
I don't think this is everywhere though.
Oh,
this
really?
is sort of regional.
We love this
They're out of
sausage.
Tennessee.
Also, if you didn't want to cook from scratch,
I don't want to.
these are amazing if you have them in your area
What is it?
to just throw in and have incredibly, you throw them in
yeah.
the oven. Those are really good. I also have a baguette recipe in another video that we'll link down below if you want to make them from scratch. But these are great to have on hand if you're not into that.
We're getting some of this too.
This, I guess, is technically
is a consumer of burgers. We love these ground chuck ones. Yummy.
it's a lunchtime favorite. Mm-hmm. We're totally liars because we
they
discovered
knew that.
these like a couple months ago, and it's like Chick-fil-A at home, and the kids adore them. And they're Costco branded, so they're even cheaper. Did you know Costco won't start their own brand unless they can guarantee that it will actually be better than the leading competitor?
Megan, you sound like an ad right now for
No,
Costco.
I just read that. It's got to be true. I read it.
Was it a... yeah, was
So
that
the press release
was that
from
a press
Costco?
release? I'm sure,
Probably.
yeah.
You may be lucky enough to have the 20 or 25 pound bag of unbleached flour at your Costco, but for some reason we don't. They only have it bleached in the big bag, and they have these 2 packs.
That's what we're going to get, right?
Yeah, we're going to get it. It's 3
Okay.
times as much as the other bags, but
Really?
yes, let's
Oh,
not think
shoot.
about it.
Okay, we won't think about it.
I finally made it through all my extra flour. I keep it in the freezer. So I hadn't bought it for a while because of the move. I hadn't bought flour since like well before we moved into the RV, but I just got through my last couple bags.
Yeah, work through it.
I just like to throw an extra in when I buy stuff like this because it's kind of like food storage for, you know, weird times like in 2020 when there was like nothing. This 2-pack bag will fill like my bucket of flour that I keep, and I'll empty it into there because I don't really want cold flour when I'm baking. It might be nice, I guess, for pie crust, but anyways, let's keep going.
Getting full.
So in my bread recipe, homemade bread recipe, it calls for honey. But honey can be problematic sometimes because it crystallizes, and next year we'll get our own honey and then I'll figure that out. But also agave is amazing because it never crystallizes and it gives you the same product and it may be a little bit lighter flavor and it's really cheap.
And I like the color too.
So we're going to get some agave today. This is interesting. No, I don't think I'll get it. They have this Italian herb thing, but it's like, I don't really know what it is. Actually, I guess it's for people who don't like to eat meat, but this is like...
What about for us that love to eat meat? What then?
This is amazing. This is like the best thing that ever was invented. I love it. I'm not saying it doesn't have MSG in it.
Because it does.
I think I kind of love MSG in a way. I'm going to get some expensive pine nuts because we have a
They're
ton of basil.
$30.
Our basil's still going strong, but I need to harvest it because it's not going to last much longer. And I'm going to make a bunch of pesto. And I had been making pesto with walnuts because you can with any nut, but it's not as good. It's like, it's not as soft.
No, you want
get
the
like
pine
the
nuts.
crunchy bits. And so I'm going to spend the money. I'm going to make a bunch of pesto and throw it in the freezer.
Okay.
The kids love it. I already have paste and sauce, but I love whole tomatoes, the peeled tomatoes. I feel like they have a lot better flavor. And for certain, well, I should say, I mean, I have those, I use those, but I still love the whole tomatoes. And someday, maybe next year, I will have a big tomato garden where I can actually can my own tomatoes.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need any of this right now because I have some.
Ooh.
That is so cheap. And I also just found
much
an
is it? amazing,
it's $7.50 for all of that.
Jeez.
It's like that
Wow.
same price for like a fourth of that at the grocery store. But I did find it amazingly easy, and everybody raved about it. Pizza crust recipe.
Oh, yeah.
You guys will be really lucky if I actually remember to put it in the comments. But it was so easy.
You put the recipe?
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Pie Month did for me. It like demystified a lot of baking things that just seemed scary. I don't know why. I was always so scared about bread recipes that required resting time. I guess because I'm impatient. But now it's like, it's fine. You just go do something else. Yeah, making your own pizza is a lot cheaper and tastier and
it's so
healthier.
good.
I don't know if it's that healthy, but it's healthier.
Healthy-ish.
Once again, another thing that makes us liars about cooking from scratch. The boys especially love these Fairlife proteins, and they don't have
Yes.
any sugar in them besides the natural sugars in like milk and stuff. And
They don't?
No, and they're
you
delicious.
serious?
They're monk fruit. You didn't know that?
I didn't know you could make fruit out of monks.
Okay, this is our cart. If you're wondering
We've
how
got
much
it.
it costs, it was less than $500.
Yeah.
So that's good. We never know these days because it got a lot cheaper when Andrew left. But now that Elijah's back,
And one
we
thing
weren't sure.
I would put in for the Costco like suggestion box is to have the total like adding up on their little screen that faces the customer as they're doing,
You're right.
because it's always like sticker shock.
Yeah, a little bit.
I want to see it as it's going so I understand where I'm at.
Well,
you
maybe
know?
they don't want to. Maybe because people will be like, actually, I don't want that. I bet they would.
Maybe that's true.
Yeah.
But it does kind of bother me because at a regular grocery store you get that.
I bet that's why.
Okay, well, time to load up. Get out of here. We're home. Getting help. Yes, we got 2, you luckies. It's always exciting. We got 2 packs of the protein drink. There you go. We're testing everyone's strength on this one. Careful. I want to break them.
The children just pointed out something about these potatoes. Here, watch.
These must be from Idaho.
Hey, I should give you
Oh my gosh.
Ta-da!
That is a big potato. That's impressive. That's all of it?
Yep.
It seemed like so much more when it was in the cart. We got everything unloaded. It's actually closer to dinner time now. So what are you making with some of this stuff we got, Megan? I see
well,
lots
we had
of
like way
onions.
too many onions because we got some at Costco last time, but I'd already had a bag. So I'm making a cheese and onion pie, which I made during
boy.
Pie Month last year, and it sounds like it'll be really gross, but it ends up, onions just taste like potatoes.
Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good. So Pearl's helping me, and I'm just getting that ready.
Pearl's trying not to get too much mustard powder.
Well, it says
Kinda
like
hard.
a generous, so we'll actually go.
Make it generous.
Thanks.
My goodness.
All right.
We're generous around here.
Okay, we'll see how this turns out, and we'll end the video there. Is it ready, Megan?
Yeah, this is random because usually Costco hauls don't have a cooking in them, but
But this one does. That's what makes it so special. Oh boy, look at that. I can see it. You gonna be able to get it out without breaking it?
well, I was gonna try to not use.
Oh, you wanted it to be prettier?
No, I was gonna take it off of this because I'm gonna put some carrots in the oven. But
Whoa. You got another one of those though.
I know, but this one's hot.
Oh, I see.
So, anyways,
Look at it.
it's beautiful. It smells amazing. I didn't seal the edges as well, but I don't care. You guys, already the stuffing before it was even baked tasted amazing. Cooking the onions down,
and cheese.
they taste like just like potatoes. I swear.
Yeah, it's really
like
good.
really flavorful potatoes. That
Not
same
that
texture.
onions don't taste good, but
Yeah, but like very mild, slightly sweet. Amazing. So this pie is really good, and it's a hot water pastry, so it's a little hardier. It's not as flaky, so it can hold its shape when I take it out of the springform pan.
boy. He was excited.
We never showed the completed.
Well, we pulled it, so the last clip was us pulling the pie out. It's now the next day, though.
And
'Cause
Elijah's
we were-
eating some for lunch. Oh, he just finished it, huh?
No.
How is it?
Good.
How is it?
It was really good.
Yeah, it was.
It was yummy. It was kind of like a cheesy potato taste, is what it was,
Which
with a little bit of onion
with
taste.
more
It's really
complexity
good.
too, though.
Okay, well, we
Little
talked a lot about it
sweet-
already.
okay,
but
sorry.
we won't like beat this dead horse, as it were, or this dead pie. But that's the end of the video. But Megan did make some more stuff today. Some cinnamon bread.
It looks pretty ugly. I didn't roll those very
It's
well.
not gonna
and
taste
some
ugly.
regular bread. And now
And
we're
some
making a cake.
Regular bread.
This is what I do when I'm avoiding painting living rooms.
Yeah. So we still haven't painted the trim in the family room. It's like that last push is the hardest.
It is.
Because you got to fill the holes and do all the caulking, and then you got to sand it, and then you got to tape it.
Let's not talk about it.
Anyways, it's a lot. So we're just making out the videos in the meantime.
Yeah. So thanks for humoring us.
Yeah.
And coming to Costco with us today.
Super fun.
Yep.
Okay.
See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.